Well, Clayton, congratulations on your new deal. How does it feel to extend your time at Birmingham?
Yeah, finally relieved, to be honest. Like I say, I've had a good time last year, and I just wanted to keep that progress going really, and keep moving up. Like you say, it's had a good finish to the season, so we want to try and keep that momentum with us. And like I say, now I've secured myself at the club for a long period. I can focus on doing that.
Well, obviously it's a three-year deal to the summer of 2018. What do you think we can achieve in that 3-year spell?
Who knows? Like you say, Gary's come in last year and done a terrific job. So, and like I say, he's kept most of the core of the team, to be honest, from last season. So, like I say, we had a good finish to the season. So it's just getting that momentum and getting back on track as soon as possible. I think that's the main key, and who knows where that will take us.
Was it when Gary came in? Was it those 6 months that kind of made you want to stay, made you be a part of Birmingham City player?
Well, of course, when you're winning games and you're enjoying games as well, obviously you enjoy it more rather than the first few months of the season where you're thinking, have I made the right choice? But no, like I say, towards the end of the season, since when Gary came, everyone's starting to enjoy the football again, and the results have also helped that as well. So it makes it a better place to be in, definitely.
There's been plenty of speculation these last few months. Is it just kind of relief to get everything sorted and get just concentrating on playing football?
Yeah. Like I said, there's been lots of speculations and bids here and there, and it's as a player, it does disrupt you a little bit because you're always thinking, will I be here? Will I not? So I think this is kind of a relief really, just to put everything to bed, and now I can concentrate on playing football for Birmingham.
Did Gary have to sell anything to you? Did obviously the Demarai Gray deal, does that show you that the club is on the up and looking forward to trying to drive forward?
Of course, like I say, he's, they turned down, possibly, I think it was reported like 5 mil plus whatever for Demarai Gray in January, so it shows the intent there from the club. And then obviously seeing Demarai Gray signing a new contract, it just shows that the club is trying to keep hold of the best players and trying to obviously push on even further up the league and trying to get to that Premier League. So that's always great for another player to see, and that's definitely helped my decision in staying. As
a player, do you feed off that positive morale? Obviously you go into training, you see all these new deals and you see all these signings. Does that really make you want to be a part of it?
Of course. Any player wants to be in a team that's progressing positively and not selling the best players. So you want to play with the best people as possible. So that's definitely helped the morale in the change room as well. So it's like I say, it's a good time at the moment.
And has Gary told you anything about his long-term vision, or has he just taken it like you, one step at a time and just trying to move things forward?
I'm sure he's got long-term goals, just like any other manager or player. But I'm sure he'll probably keep that to himself just to be on the safe side. But no, like you say, you want to progress and you want to try and better the season you had before and keep that momentum going. So I'm sure it won't be any different to me in that sense.
You talk about progression and momentum. Obviously, you're back in pre-season now. How does it feel? Does it feel like you've never been away?
Yeah, well, yeah. To be fair, we had a decent enough break. We had a lot of games last season, and I think it's towards the end it kind of took it a toll on some of the players. But no, to be back, and like I say, we've still got most of the squad here from last year, so it's good to see that as well. And obviously we've added a bit of quality as well, which is great. And all the players came back in relatively good state fitness-wise, and we've hit the ground running, which has been good.
Obviously you had the break with Mark Bale. Was it good to just get away with the lads and obviously just continue the bonding and continue that team spirit?
Yeah, I think going away in pre-season with the players is always good, especially for new players. You come to a new environment and you don't really know much of the lads, and it's kind of a bit of a weird situation at the start. But getting away, it gives you that time to bond with new players, and you're just there with the team, and you can focus on the football and getting to know all the new players as well. So it's definitely a good thing.
You've already got 45 minutes under your belt. Did you learn anything from that? Did the team learn anything at all?
I think it's this stage in pre-season. I think the main thing is getting the fitness. Results doesn't really matter at the moment in time. Obviously it's good to win games, and we got the win, but I think trying to get as many minutes under your belt and try and get that match fitness back up as soon as possible, that's the main thing for me.
And obviously on a personal level, obviously you're just trying to kick on from next year. I mean, you appeared in every single league game. You're the club's top goal scorer. I mean, you're just trying to continue that form and try and build on that.
Yeah, of course. Like I say, you want to try and keep that momentum going. You had a decent season last year, and like any player, I want to try and better that. I've got targets for this year that I'll keep to myself. But like I say, if I hit those or beat those, then it'll be a good good season for not just for me but for Birmingham as well. So I want to try and keep that momentum going and help the team push on as further as possible.
You won quite a few awards, didn't you, last season? Top goal scorer, players player, but most importantly, the supporters thought you were the best player last year. What does that mean to you, and the fans out there think that you were the best player over the course of the season?
Well, that's, like I say, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to stay here, because as a player you want to feel appreciated, and that's the big thing for me. To win those awards and the Players Awards, it just shows that everyone surrounding the club believes in me, and it means I'm doing something right. So I just want to keep that going.
There's a real good feel factor, wasn't there, towards the end of the season? There seems to be like a real kind of positivity around the club. How important is it for the fans to really keep pushing you guys forward?
I think it's very, very positive. Like you say, when I first came, I think there was some record that they haven't won a home game in so many league games, but the fans were still turning out in the numbers. So that was great to see for me when I first came, and obviously towards the midway of the season, picked up the results, and it brought a few more fans out the woodwork, and it definitely showed, and it definitely helped us on the pitch. Hearing that, and home and away they've been terrific. So long may that continue.
They're very confident about next season. How do you guys feel? Do you set targets as a team? Are you looking at certain positions, or are you just taking each game as it comes?
Each game as it comes. I think you try to get like a block of 5 each time. You set yourself targets for those block of 5 games, and just take it steady and take it like that really throughout the season, rather than looking too far ahead. I think block of 5, see what points you can get out of those, have a target, and then obviously if you hit those, then you're heading in the right direction.